So what is up guys, Nick here helping you to master your technology. Galaxy S22 Ultra versus iPhone 13 Pro Max speed test 2. Let's begin with a boot up in 3, 2, 1. If you haven't seen my first test, the reason why I'm comparing this again is basically because the Galaxy S22 Ultra was very fresh. It was a little bit choppy. Samsung has pushed out an update for the game optimization services, and I've also found it to get smoother and faster than that first test, so I thought it was a little unfair. The iPhone's still gonna boot up a little bit faster here, but I'm gonna go ahead and disable the game optimization services and put on the enhanced processing, and we're gonna see how it performs now that we're entering April. And when it comes to the in-display fingerprint sensor, no major issues here. You do find yourself very fast performance there on the Samsung, and Face ID as fast as ever. Great angle detection as well, so you could be a little bit off. And now with 15.4, you have the ability to unlock with a face mask, so if that matters to you, it's there. I do want to show you that I am going to have the enhanced processing mode on here. We are on the latest update that brought the game optimization service updates after Samsung got in trouble with Geekbench and whatever. You know the news if you've been following the tech game. We'll go over here and show you in the game booster settings. We'll go right here. You'll see down here, I do have it enabled for, in labs, alternate game performance management in use. You can disable this later in labs right here. So basically it's gonna give you full performance. It might kill a little bit more battery, it might warm up a little bit more, but who cares? We're doing a speed test. So everything is closed out for both of these phones. We're gonna go ahead and begin this test with calendar. And you can see maybe Apple a little faster. Let's go into calculator. You can see maybe Samsung there. We'll go into clock. And close. We'll go into weather. Now I still find that look like Samsung, could have been Apple. I do find that the iPhone still has a little bit smoother animations. I don't think that's going to change, maybe until a major overhaul of One UI with total re-optimizations. We'll go here to the profile page. You can see Apple a little faster there when actually in Instagram. But overall, what I'm noticing is from the first speed test, I'm not finding that chop anymore on the Samsung. It really does perform well now, the way we would expect it. The box will go into Twitter, and it's going toe-to-toe here with the iPhone 13 Pro Max now. So it's really down to, do you want Samsung or Apple at this point? At first, it was like, a little bit of new phone bugs, but now it's getting better. And this is only the first major update. There's going to be many more updates to come to the S22 Ultra, and it's going to perform even better. There's also a chance of it performing worse in the future. Sometimes a new update comes out and it kind of hurts the performance, but that could happen also on the iPhone. You can see here still a little bit of scrolling differences. Sometimes a little bit faster on the Samsung, sometimes smoother on the iPhone, most of the time smoother on the iPhone, most of the time faster on the Samsung. And you can see these apps are just opening almost identical. Let's go into Best Buy here, and this one looked like the Samsung. Let's go into eBay, and you can see Samsung first on that one. Let's click this golf club right here, and you can see it's just going to be about the same experience on both phones. Let's go to Starbucks here, and that one's going to Samsung. You'll definitely be getting your coffee first on the left, even though a lot of people are going to stand in the Starbucks with their iPhone using Apple Pay. You can use your Samsung Pay. We'll go into Prime Video, and you can see Prime Video. I much rather watch a movie on the Samsung. The screen is more vibrant, slightly larger, but the iPhone is a good experience as well. It's just that notch cuts into my content too much. I'll go into YouTube here, and you can see YouTube goes to the left for sure. Let's head up out of here, and we'll go into PUBG Mobile and see how this one does perform. Let's see if it can load faster now that all those settings were tweaked for my S22 Ultra, or will the iPhone still load faster? Now, I know it's more about the actual in-game performance, but I just want to see this anyway. And nope, the iPhone loaded that one a little bit faster there. But especially when you're in the game, this new setting is supposed to allow it to essentially give you great performance in game with no delays, no stutters, nothing, just total like the best it can do, what you have here. So overall, PUBG went to the iPhone on the load. We'll go into Dead Trigger 2, and you can see Apple's gonna load this up first. We'll hit play here, and you can see Apple is going to load this one up here first. getting some sirens in the background. Give me a second, I'll be back on the next app. All right, sorry about that, guys. Just some sirens in the background. You can see definitely very good performance on both of them. Again, you're gonna have that more saturated look on the Samsung phone, kind of more of an all screen too here on this phone. Let's come up out of here. We'll go into Asphalt 9, and you can see Asphalt 9 looking like it's gonna load faster so far on the Samsung device. So Samsung wins out in Asphalt 9. So you can see, depending on which game is better optimized for which platform, you do have the potential to have a better performing. Like, we could already be playing while we're waiting on the iPhone. So clearly Asphalt 9 may be a little bit better optimized for the Samsung device. We'll go into Crossy Road here, kind of see how this performs. A more casual game, no big deal. You can see right there, no big deal for the Samsung winning it out there. So I don't know if you're noticing this, but so far the performance is much better than my first test with these two. Much more in line and much smoother on the Samsung device. Apple's been smooth, but now the Samsung loading up some apps first, and overall I find generally to be a little bit quicker in many areas. You know, during this initial app test, there was a lot of areas where Samsung was winning and a lot of areas where Apple was winning. It's pretty neck and neck these days. All right, guys, so let's run through the applications here, see if we get any reloads for the Samsung device, and then we'll hop over to the iPhone. You can see right here, everything held so far. This is a 12 gig of RAM phone, so I don't expect any major problems here with reloading applications. Again, that swipe gesture though, when hopping between apps, still smoother on the iPhone. I guess we're having a little issue with the internet on that one, but overall it still had it. It was just trying to reload the content. You can see right here, Best Buy loading up the page right there. Amazon, good to go. ESPN. I would like to see Samsung get a little bit faster with just this general fluidity with the animations going through the applications. It's good, but it's not excellent. It's not amazing. It's just, it's good. But if you take a look here, and that was pretty good on the RAM management, not really reloading much. But if you take a look here, just look how smooth this iPhone is. And I don't know if Samsung could fix that with just a quick update. This might need to be re-optimized in a future, like a One UI 5 update or something. This is an area Samsung can definitely improve. And once it gets to the point where their phones are this fluid, or if they can get them to be this fluid, then we're gonna have a real competition on hand here. And I'm not saying we don't have one now, don't get it twisted. I'm just saying the animations are still going to the iPhone right now. That's just facts. Also, this phone right here did very well in the RAM management, even though it only has half the RAM, 6 gigabytes of RAM. All right, so here we are at the internet test. Let's type in, we typed in Will Smith slap. I'm sure you heard of that. Let's hit go and see what results we get. You can see it looked like Samsung was a little bit first. So if you're rewatching or following up on the slap game, here you go, pretty fast on both phones. All right, so we're gonna go to apple.com here, apple.com on the Samsung. Let's hit 3, 2, go, and you can see pretty close to the same, not a big deal of difference. Let's go to samsung.com now on both, just to be fair here. Samsung.com here, 3, 2, go. And you can see Samsung takes their own website. So pretty good on both. I find that the Samsung browser not quite as smooth as Safari. It's a little bit better optimized here, although it's very good, and I still enjoy all the features, the security features within Samsung browser. I just find that the Safari browser is a little bit smoother. You know, it's just what I've experienced. It doesn't make it a better browser. You might still prefer the feature set in the Samsung browser, but overall internet speeds are very identical, just about. Again, it's just going to be down to, do you want this type of screen for browsing, this rectangular, or more this flat display? What really matters to you? They both have 5G and they both have very fast Wi-Fi performance. All right, and here's our final results for our benchmarks. I'm not doing Geekbench because they kind of kicked Samsung out recently, so we're going to use 3D Mark here. You'll see overall score 7477, a 9743 on Apple's device, with an average frame rate of 44.80 on the Samsung, average frame rate 58.3 on the iPhone. So this phone right here, the iPhone, technically according to the benchmarks, still faster than the S22 Ultra. And man, with that labs feature on, I do feel that heat a lot more than I do over here on the iPhone. So I wouldn't recommend that unless you absolutely need that top level performance. But in conclusion, let's wrap it up here. I gotta say, if you order the S22 Ultra now, or you plan on getting it, maybe you pre-order, you're still waiting on it, it's a good time to get it now. It performs a lot more fluid than when it first came out. Everything is kind of how you would expect these days with this latest update, and probably going to get even better than what we're talking about here. The iPhone also great with its latest iOS 15.4 version, super smooth. It's been smooth since the day it came out. It's butter, this phone right here. Either way, they're both good. I think Samsung can do a little work on their animations. You know, when you're going between them, they just look a little bit slower than Apple's, but for all the feature set that comes in here, the S Pen and everything else that comes included, you know, you're gonna be missing out on a lot with this phone if you decide to go with this one. So if you want to know more about these two, check out my full comparison I did between these two. I'll leave it linked down below. And I also did the update on the S22 and the S22 Plus, which I also said I would do a rerun test on. So if you want to see those, let me know as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here. Be sure to be well, and peace.